All right, guys, Infinity's Limit back again, and here to talk about the Matrix with special guest Chosen One, and
Hello.
welcome Chosen.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So yeah, big release. This is gonna be coming out next week, and we spoke a little bit about it earlier, but I think now it's starting. The reality of it is starting to set in because it's been a very long time before we've had a movie of this caliber come out, and I know for me, Matrix is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, sci-fi action movie that I've seen in my lifetime. I mean, T2 for me is the best one, but I think Matrix is like a close second place.
Mm,
Where'd you
I
rank it?
Definitely up there. The original Matrix is, dare I say, perfect. I just, I mean, I'm in a similar boat with you. In my lifetime, Matrix is definitely the one. T2 came out, I think, a year before I was born, but it's, it's the one. That's the one
Ironically
that,
enough, no pun intended, it is
yeah.
the one.
Right, right. So, I just it's not strange, but it's unfortunate that a film that set the bar that high in its first installment, and we've gradually sort of come down the mountain. But we'll see. We'll see where this new one lands us.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think when this movie came out, I was in high school, so for me, everyone was just, it was kind of the talk of the high school, man. Like Matrix, Matrix, we gotta see the Matrix. And I
Hmm.
remember, I think the first time I saw it, I don't even think I went to the movies. I think I saw this on DVD. Um, I just like, I remember when I first, it's one of those weird movies that like, when you go into it, you come out of it like different.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, I've never watched a movie where like, I was almost of a different sort of mindset after I've seen it. Like, just because of the conceptual ideas that this movie brought to the table
Hmm.
in terms of like reality, what is real, the whole idea of man versus machine. I've never seen a movie besides Terminator sort of take on the man versus machine aspect in such a detailed and crazy way. And just the way the storyline sort of kind of interwoven like a lot of philosophy and a lot of interesting ideas and concepts, and just it made you really think. And I think not almost no action movie that I can really think of has made me think the same way that this movie has. And I think that's a very difficult thing to do.
Oh yeah. Especially with, again, the genre of action film. It's almost as if, that's not really the mandate of an action film, is to get you to think critically. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. I don't think an action film has done that to this degree, that the Matrix one has forced you to think. Um, you know, for me, I'm just a bit worried with this new installment because
Hmm.
it's as much as I tell myself, and I have told myself, that this is almost ex machina, and I don't really consider this part of the Matrix whole. Like, in my brain, I am putting Matrix 1999, the original, in its own box. I'm not connecting anything to it because I just, to be honest, Infinity's Limit, every trailer, every TV spot that has come out, every one that I've watched has
It's
decreased my confidence in this film.
yeah, I
So
agree.
at one point, I was going back and forth in my mind and saying, do I even want to watch this? Do I even want to watch this new Matrix? Um, But you know, it just it's unfortunate because you know it keeps happening. They keep killing these franchises, and I just you know I'm watching Lana Wachowski. I'm watched that little behind the scenes thing where they crossed the street and did something and took a photo, and I'm looking at the trailer. Then I see someone with blue hair, and it's like, wait, what? I don't know. I just don't know. It's it's just I'm getting a very bad feeling, and it's like
It's almost like as if, like, I agree, because it's almost as if like the Matrix has always kind of put itself in a position of the mystery of it and the less you see of it is what kind of piques the interest of you going to watch it. And I feel like with every trailer that they've shown more and more and more and more, it just kind of makes me feel like, oh, I see where this is going, and I'm not really sure if that's the right decision. So it kind of takes away a little bit from the mystery of it, because that was the entire point, was what is the Matrix? That's the hook.
I noticed you said you're not sure if that's the right decision. You want to know what I don't like? What I don't like is it's almost like who decides what the right decision is. And it's weird because it should lie with the creator, but the creator it's one of those things where it's like I don't know if it's like if you created something of that magnitude in 99, you have a responsibility now, in my view, to be faithful to that and to not use that to push any sort of world-changing agenda. In my view, I think it's a noble thing maybe you're trying to do, but I think it's irresponsible, and I just get that feeling that something like that is going to be pushed here. And it's like, you know, it's like this, it's Star Wars, it's like, you know, because George Lucas, when he made the prequels, is not the same guy when he made the original trilogy. But it's like, well, you can't argue with him because he's the creator, and whatever he says is the right decision. Something about that Infinity's Limit is wrong. I don't know what it is. I am not smart enough to dig deep and tell you what exactly is wrong with that sentiment. I leave that to other people. But all I'm good for is doing a quick scan on something and telling you, nope, there's something wrong here.
I think it comes down to just human beings. And see, the thing is, like, Infinity's Limit from 10 years ago is not Infinity's Limit now. You know, sure. I'm still the same person, but I think, you know, as time goes on, people change. You know, and it's a tough thing, because a lot of the time, you know, Talkback was kind of founded on the fact that other people mess things up, and then the creator is the one that knows the true vision. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you made something, do you then have the right to do what you want with it? Or is it like up to what the fans feel like you should do with it? And I think that's an interesting discussion, man.
And then on top of that, you have to be careful, because with the fans is a very broad group. Because which fans are you going to listen to? You know, it's what I'm trying to say is, any way you slice it, there are landmines and pitfalls you have to look out for.
It's especially tough with this movie, because as this was a groundbreaking movie. The original Matrix, do you know how groundbreaking the action in the first Matrix movie was? So crazy that no one even thought that you can do that on screen. The things that these guys did, like, we can talk all day about, oh, it was deep, it was thoughtful. If you take all that away and you watch the movie as an action film, these guys gave James Cameron a run for his money. How the hell? Oh yeah. Do you know how crazy bullet time is? But I mean, like, going back to what we were talking about, like, I think really, as a filmmaker, I think you should have the right to do what you want to do. You know, whatever you feel like you should do it. Because at the end of the day, no one was really, when they made the first Matrix film, they made that film for themselves. So I think, you know, it's kind of a slippery slope, but I feel like when you wait this long to come out with something,
oh yeah,
it's a tough thing, because when you watch Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Revolutions, they made those movies not that far after Matrix 1. So you kind of had that sensibility still in you from that first movie. So I don't know, man. It's a weird situation, because now it's been so long. Everyone's old. I mean, Keanu looks pretty good, and so does Carrie Ann, but I mean, like, people have gotten old, man. I've gotten old. So you gotta come out with something crazy to really impress me now. So, I mean, I'm looking at this film and I'm seeing clips. It looks like they're almost taking homage from the first movie and sort of just using that blueprint over a new idea. I still don't really fully understand what's happening here, but I really think this is going to be a wild ride, Chosen.
Okay, that's fine. A wild ride is fine. But my question is, and it has always been, and when I'm done watching this film, is the story going to be good enough to the point where I question why you did this story to begin with? If we're taking Route 3, where everyone is older, and it's been 50 plus years, and let's say the story in the overall film is a 4 out of 10, I'm then going to question why you didn't take Route 2, where it is literally 20 years later, and you could have brought Lawrence Fishburne back, you could have brought Neo back, you could have taken, my question is, why did you take Route 3? If this thing turns out the way that I think it's going to turn out, why did you choose to do this, is my question, you know? So it's, you know, wild ride, that's cool, but
but let me be clear. When I say wild ride, I don't necessarily mean it's gonna be good. I don't necessarily
mean I hear you. I just feel that at this point in my life, I need some kind of closure when it comes to these things that, you know, started off so good. You know, Star Wars failed. You know, it's like there's like a trend where they're bringing all of these shows back like decades later, like Deadwood. That film I was really looking forward to that, and that disappointed. You know, it's happening left and right now. Infinity's Limit. They're bringing a lot of stuff back from, you know, years ago. You know, they're doing. You know, I know this is sort of we talked about this before, but you know, how long has it been since Cowboy Bebop went off the air? Okay, they're bringing it back. How long since Last Airbender went off the air? They're bringing it back, and it's just, you know, you know, is someone gonna do something right here? You know, when we're talking about continuation, is someone gonna offer some finality and wow, the circle is complete with these franchises, or are they just gonna keep mucking it up? You know, I don't know. I don't mean to sound so negative, but I can't. It's you know, you it's not on me to do the jobs for them, you know. It's like I just, it's like there's no, the satisfaction level for me is low, which is why my expectation level is so low, you know. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
I think part of it too is the fact that I don't really know for sure, but my estimation is that I don't really feel like Matrix really needed a sequel or should have had a sequel, because the way the first Matrix was it had such a definitive sort of, the way it ended, it felt like that was kind of it.
Yep 100%.
And it was sort of a perfect ending, because it gave hints of like, you know, there's gonna be closure to this thing. The people are gonna know. And Neo's gonna expose everybody. But I mean, it didn't go that way.
No.
And I feel like despite all that, I'm kind of glad that Matrix Reloaded exists.
Mhm.
Specifically that movie, because I'll be real, man. Seeing Matrix Reloaded in the cinema was a pretty crazy movie.
Yeah.
But it was different because I feel like as a movie, Matrix Reloaded is nowhere near as tight or as well made as the first one.
Of course not.
But it was... The reason it was good was because the action was taken up to another level, man. So it's kind of a weird thing because it's like the first movie was strong in every area. Story, action, depth. In the second movie, it was action that kind of strung it along. So I'm curious to see how like this new one is gonna do that, because the action that I've seen in the trailers doesn't really look like it's that much different than what we've seen before.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, action is, you know, I'm not going into it for that. You know, I appreciate good action, don't get me wrong, but I'm not really going into that film, you know, craving action. I want closure. I want story. You know, I don't know. Maybe this is because I'm older now, but you know, this is now across the board. You know, we talked about the Batman trailer also, right? Where, again, I'm not looking for action in that either. I want to see what these characters do and how they portray, the characters from the comic book. But you know, I don't know. I have a feeling the review for this Matrix movie is going to be a jamboree when we get around to it. It's going to be insane. I know Have Hope is going to have a lot to say, but you know,
I'm gonna try to organize something with him, because I think we're gonna try to do a watch party. So we'll see how that goes out. But yeah, I think Matrix extends to a lot of people in Talkback. I mean, it's a big deal. You know, I keep saying that because it's true. But I feel like the most interesting thing about this new Matrix movie is gonna be what you were mentioning. It's gonna be like, what is this gonna be ultimately about story-wise? Because I vaguely remember Matrix Revolutions, and I feel like at the end of Revolutions, wasn't everything for the most part kind of over? Didn't they beat the machines? And I remember.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I think it was a draw. I think they mutually agreed to sort of cease fire.
Oh yes, yes. You're right.
I think the agreement that the architect made with the Oracle was, you know, I think the way the dialogue went was people would be informed, and whoever wants to be freed would be freed. That is what he said. So there was a mutual ceasefire truce made at the end of Revolutions. I don't know what you do from there, unless someone breaks the peace. And if someone breaks the peace, we need to know why. And if that reason isn't up to par, you're going to hear from me. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, man. I think really it's just going to be a crazy thing to see, because like that is the hook, right? I mean, everyone is questioning what this thing is going to really be about. Did you see any of the clips from the that they released? Like, did you see the train clip that they released?
Yeah.
Wasn't that a strange scene?
It was.
Like, I can't say that it wasn't like objectively bad. It was just kind of like, hey, I don't know. It just felt strange, because when I first saw glimpses of them showing like those clips from the original Matrix in the background, I was like, oh, Oh, what are they trying to do here? Are they trying to like overlap realities and have like multiple versions of Neo existing at once? And he's trying to like fight things in different... Like, I thought they were going in that direction, but it looks like they're just putting stuff there for nostalgia's sake.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I mean...
Where was that train traveling? It looks... Was that Japan?
I believe they were in Japan, yeah. It looks like it was...
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I am just worried about the route not taken. It's like I am like 99% sure that issue is just going to stick out like a sore thumb when these credits roll. Why didn't you do something else? That is the question I know I'm going to say to myself. I just know it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I try to be as, you know, positive as possible with these things, but... it's crazy. It's a crazy time we're living in, man. People are just sort of... Everyone is sort of calling back to, like, the nostalgia and wanting to go back to the old days. And... I just feel like... I don't know, man. A Matrix movie now, it doesn't really feel to me like it really is necessary. I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch this thing and give my thoughts and opinions on it, but it's crazy. It's a really crazy thing.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Just some of the decisions. I don't know. I don't know why Carrie Ann Moss is there and Lawrence Fishburne isn't. I don't get that at all. And I think Have Hope was probably onto something when he suggested that some high-level person probably has a problem with him.
You know, I don't understand how you decide, I'm gonna make another Matrix movie and nobody calls him. Somebody had to make that phone call. Somebody had to have.
Something is up. Something's up there.
Because, I mean, no insult to the guy that's playing Morpheus, but you can't you can't replace certain people, man. You can't replace certain people.
Oh God, these guys, man.
Like, you know how I felt about it when I first saw this? You ever see like those you know when they make like a movie, a documentary movie about like, say like Bruce Lee, and they cast someone as Bruce Lee. And you know that feeling you get when you see them, you're like, oh, that's not really Bruce Lee. This guy's just trying. I got that same feeling when I saw Morpheus. Same feeling, man.
I'm thinking about that Bruce Lee movie. What was the name of the actor? Because when he was fighting some guy in the gym, I believe the line was, the guy called him something, and he said, "I'm not that thing. I'm Bruce Lee," and I laughed in that movie. I couldn't remember. What is that actor's name? But I think you know the film I'm talking about. But
yeah,
it's exactly like what you said. You know. This is an impersonation. This is an imposter. And it's so weird because it's like, you know, and I saw that trailer that I think Val posted in the group chat, and you've got, you know, Neo in the front. He's got his hand up like he's doing something, you know, magical, and everybody's sort of walking in the same direction. And then you've got the fake Morpheus all the way to the left, and it's like, guys, what have you done? You know,
they pushed this. Did they fin Morpheus like they finned Finn in the trailer, in the poster?
They did, and it's oh my God, it's like just get another black guy to play him, and if you're gonna change him, why not make him white? Go all the way, you know, you want to.
just don't even put him in the movie, man.
No, I mean, you get what I mean.
I get what you're saying, but like, yeah. It's like it's almost as bad, you know?
Oh man, these guys have no shame. None. I don't know. It's just.
Ah, man.
He's wearing these bright colors. These bright colors.
I mean, this guy's suit was on point though, man. Did you see when he straightened out his suit?
Yeah.
Like Neo was trying to grab him, and he's like straightening out his suit.
Jesus Christ.
But you know what though? I can't lie. Morpheus is always dressed good, man. Morpheus is always just on point.
Of course. Oh man.
Yeah. So you haven't decided if it's gonna be a cinema watch yet, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm leaning to probably no.
You know, I gotta say something, man. I'm liking this idea of having movies at home, man.
Yeah, of course.
Have you seen any of the there's a couple reviews coming out of this thing. I don't know if you've seen any of them yet.
No.
But the sentiment seems to be that, you know, talkback is always right. A lot of people are saying that it's better than the sequels, but it's basically like a homage movie. They're saying it's a homage movie. And one guy said he smiled at the end.
Okay. Where are these reviews? Like what site?
Oh, well, I just watched some video of a guy who was breaking down reviews, like early reviews, and most of them seem to be positive. But you know what the thing is, man? This always happens. Do you remember the reviews for Dark Fate?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's better than the last Terminator movie.
That's not hard.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
I couldn't even finish that movie.
Oh God. What happened to movies, Chosen? What happened?
I don't know. I'll tell you what happened. Fans happened. The people. Divide and conquer. You keep the livestock ignorant, and you can give them whatever you want. You cultivate their taste buds. You can feed them dog shit, and they will think it's candy. Sorry. That's very dark, but that's just how I feel.
No, man. I mean, I'm trying to make this channel not a glass house, man. We're gonna say some stuff because nobody else is saying this shit.
Yep.
We're gonna say some stuff. But you know what, man? That's the reason why. Part of the reason why I wanted to kind of start doing this, because we gotta speak the truth, man.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
All we offer is the truth. You may not like it, like the way Neo didn't like it when he found out. But yeah, we got a free minds, man.
We're all doing our small parts, man. Every day I'm working towards that goal, man. Trying to do my small part, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry we don't really have that much more to say. I mean, a lot of it's just, you know, this is kind of like a pre-vid, you know, our thoughts. But what I think is gonna happen. Let me just put my predictions on the table about what I think is gonna happen. I think this movie's gonna come out, and people will be like, "Oh, that was alright," and you're not gonna hear about it ever again.
I agree.
That is a very sad thing to me. Do you know how sad that is? The Matrix came out with a sequel. How long has it been? It's been like almost 20 years.
Yep, almost.
And it was just alright. You know, that's actually making me depressed thinking about it.
Yeah. How far we have fallen. So
I mean, think that's about all we have to really say, man. I mean, I don't have that much more. We're definitely gonna come back. We have to do like a talk back review on this. I'm sure there's gonna be one, but I want to do one here on my channel as well, and it's gonna be a big deal because there hasn't been anything like this in a while.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So that's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be huge. So next week, when is it coming out? Wednesday?
I believe it's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. It's a weird day to have a movie come out.
Day after my birthday.
Oh, there you go. This is your birthday present. I think we were kind of on the fence when the first trailer came out, but I think, you know, now I kind of have an idea of where this thing is gonna go. But I'm still gonna watch it. You know, the thing is though, like I'm not going to the theater. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think I'll go. Yeah, I don't know.
Alright guys, I think that's about it. Chosen, I appreciate you coming on again, and we shall reconvene once this thing is over. And yeah, gonna go ahead and sign off here.
Cool. Appreciate you having me on. And next week is yeah, D-Day. And I look forward to it, and I look forward to the discussion after even more, to be honest. So yeah, very good talk.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Alright guys, remember to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed it. This is the only place you're gonna hear real talk. So yeah,